I'm gonna post up right here. Over there, I put up those posts. I'm going to move this rack after I take all the solar panels off and hook it onto those somehow. I will figure it out. But before that, I'm going to unhook the panels so they're not feeding to this unit anymore. And then I'm going to unhook the battery from the unit. And I'm going to carry the unit and the battery and the fridge and whatever other electrical shit I have hooked up here into the cabin. The battery is almost fully charged. It's a 280 amp hour battery. It's got like 250 amp hours. I'm gonna let it charge up for another like 15-20 minutes while I get my stuff together, and then I'm gonna unhook it. So worst case scenario, I don't get these solar panels hooked back up into it today. I still have a couple days worth of battery life because I don't use much. This fridge doesn't take much. This is using maybe 10 amp hours a day. And then if I'm running the laptop, it uses a little. I ran everything as much as I felt like running it yesterday. And I was running this Bluetooth speaker, and I was charging my phone off the AC. I was running the AC inverter in here instead of doing everything just off 12 volt. And I used, I want to say 30 amp hours. Something like that, around 30. So there's definitely some wiggle room if I screw up and I have to buy something else. You see right now this thing is charging at, maybe you can't see, bringing in 160 watts right now. It's just on its float setting, and there's a bunch of shadows over 2 of the 6 panels, so it kind of makes sense. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna, first step is go out, unhook the panels. Next step is that switch right there, pop power to the battery. Then I unhook 2 wires from the battery, there and there. And then I should be able to pull this panel out, carry it in, then carry the battery in, and rehook them back up, and have my entire unit there. And then I can take the fridge into the house. So that's going to be my first step. Then I'm going to disassemble this. I'm going to reinstall the panels with these brackets that came. Right now I just have them rigged where I just drilled up through the wood and put a bolt through like each corner, one corner there and one corner there. You know what I mean? Just 2. And that's why I have those blocks in the middle, just to kind of hold it down. It's gonna be work. Alright, I'm shutting it down. There is a switch on the bottom here for the inverter. Switch that off. There. My output is at 0. Still got 83 watts coming in. Alright, this is the kill switch right here. This kills battery power to everything. It'll kill it to the 12 volt. It'll kill it coming back to the MPP solar unit. And you'll see it'll shut off the take the key out. And I lied. It doesn't shut off the fridge because the fridge is now being powered by just the solar panels. In order to shut them off, since I don't have a switch hooked up to it, I have to actually go and unhook one of the wires. So that's what I'm gonna do. And it sucks because I gotta crawl up under this bitch. Come on, fucker. I need 2 hands for this. Damn, that's in there. There it goes. Alright, So when I go back in, the fridge should be off. I'm gonna unhook this one while I'm here. Fuck. Alright, so that is now off because it's not getting any more power from solar panels. Ouch. Fridge is off. It's not getting powered from anything. So next step is to unhook the panels, which are these two ports here. These two wires. Alright, it's unhooked. There's that lug. It goes onto there. And there's that lug that came off of here. Now this is potentially still live. I just disconnected from the BMS, but this is still running essentially. This BMS is still being powered by the battery and everything. So I got to be careful not to touch that lug over here, or basically onto anything else on this battery, because I could short it and that would be a rough fucking day. It would immediately start discharging the 200 some amp hours that are in here, and metal would melt and shoot around as liquid. So bad day for all. This thing is heavy as shit. I'm going to carry it over into the cabin, and then I'm going to carry this into the cabin and just rehook it all back up. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll see. Alright, next step is unhook all these panels. You see I moved it into the place. Unhook all the panels, the bolts on the bottom, and I don't know why I didn't unhook the fucking wiring when I was down there, but unhook the wiring as well. I don't really have... Here, I'll show you how I have them hooked on. See, I just have... I don't know if you can see that. What the hell? There. See, it's just two bolts going through. I have one on that side. I just have random bolts put through because I didn't have enough bolts to secure all of them, and it was only going to be here for a week anyway. So these are my splitters. This Y here. This is basically how I'm doing the series parallel. It's this negative to this positive on these two panels hooked together, and then the positive from that one goes into this splitter. It's a 3-to-1, and the negative from this one goes into this splitter, 3-to-1. Ugh. I'm definitely allergic to something under here. Every time I've been under here, I immediately start sneezing and fucking it tears me up. So I gotta unhook all these right now. And then I'm going to, one by one, take the panels off. And then I'm going to work on this frame to move it over to those posts. Yeah, these red ants are brutal, man. Damn, they are tearing me up. Done. 12 bolts in, 12 bolts out. Last panel just sitting there. I'm going to walk this. It's pretty heavy already. I'm going to pick it up, walk it over to this flat area right here. And then I'm going to measure corner to corner, make sure I get the right measurements, and put a diagonal brace or two across just to kind of lock it in place. And then you see I cut these. I don't know if you can see this. Filming with this fucking phone sucks because I can never see the screen. I don't know what the fuck's going on because there's always a glare. I cut these at an angle that's a 37-degree angle, and so I'm just going to kind of fit it to a flat board, have the flat board run the entire length, and then put another board up on both sides, and then somehow brace up the middle, and then I'm pretty much just going to bolt it to those, I think. I think that's the method. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to screw the block in and then attach my bracing piece to the block so that it leaves this open so I can mount it to the top of the poles. Alright, so I have the end of that post cut at a 37-degree angle, which is what a solar calculator told me that's the best angle for year-round sun. It's like right in the middle of winter and summer, so I don't know. Maybe I should have put it on a winter angle. If so, I can always detach this and fucking recut the angle, but goddamn, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just not. So at the top of that, I used the top of the pole, cut it to 37 degrees. Then I ran this board across, put a level on it, and that line, I don't know if you can see it, that is where I need to cut this one and then cut the angle off that so that it stops at the edge. And then it will be perfectly level with the other pole. And then I'm basically just going to run that top board across it. There's a bit too much gap in between them, so only like 1.5 to 2 inches will rest on the wood. So I think what I'm going to do is run a 2x4 on the inside of these poles to add a little more room. And I'm going to run one extra board across the top there, and that will I'll make it a little longer, stick out each side so that I can mount it right into the poles there. Semicircular saw blade at a 37-degree cut, and this lets me know about where the line should be, and I'm just going to cut straight across, and it'll cut partway through up to there or so at my right angle, and then I'm just going to straight cut the sides with it and end up having to use that chop saw. It's not going to be pretty, but that's what I did with the other side. So here's how you do these. Basically, you want to put this right here, right? Again, I can't see my screen, so I don't know if I'm actually filming this right. But that's your pivot point right there. You put it up on your edge, and then you want to twist this, keeping that pivot point in the same spot till you find the angle you want. Like right there, that's 15 degrees. Sorry, it's hard to do this one-handed. That there is 25. I was doing 37. So right there should be 37. And it's close to what I had because I had the pivot point wrong. So maybe I'll remark this.
Although my marker's over there. So I'm basically starting over at that point. Whatever, you get the point. So I just ran my circular saw. Try to keep it as straight as possible on that 37-degree angle. And you can see pretty much on the line because I messed this one up a little bit. But over here I'm dead on the line because this one I did to the perfect edge. So I'm gonna redraw the line on this side because I gotta just hand do the cuts just to get the angle perfect, and then I'll just follow my line and basically set this back. I don't know. Fuck, man, it's too sunny, bro. If you can see that, that is where you set the thing. So I'll just set the angle back to 0, and I'm just gonna do straight cuts, and then across the back. For the back part, I actually set another 37-degree angle and just go the opposite direction. And then it cuts down and it'll meet up with my thing. And it should be perfect. Bitch. God damn it. I've probably been taping this guy forever. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, I gotta take a break. It's too hot. This shit is fucking my brain up. Taking a break. The batteries died. So I had to re-hook up the whole system in there. This is how far I've gotten at this point. It's still being braced up by those blocks, but I'm gonna put 2 down poles that are gonna just rest on a block each, and I think I'm good, man. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm might do like a little cross brace there too. The side down to the pole again. Should have let this shit dry longer. Look at that. I fucked it up today. Whatever. I also, after just working with wood and fucking heavy machinery when I was rehooking this battery cable up, I stripped it. Just like I was bitching that I should be careful about earlier. I stripped the positive cable going in. So basically the screw, this screw right here, went too tight with it, and it ripped the aluminum thing that you screw it into, ripped all the threads out. So I took a couple of the washers out and I just pushed it down as hard as I could and got the ends to catch and thread, and I just went real gentle with it. But I don't know, it's probably not going to be a permanent fix, and when that pops, that's it, no more battery. So that's fucked. I don't know, I'm a little ham-handed right now. I am exhausted, man, fighting with this shit all day. This shit sucks. I'm glad I didn't have to build a cabin, because I'd be dying right now. I'm about to just eat, drink a beer, and then I'll finish this. Alright, real quick. This goes on like this. Right? Those things up, hug the side. You put the bolt through the back. Like that. Okay? It won't stay there when I try and slide this on. Maybe it will. Gotta be careful. Pull through the back. Keep those as tight as you can to the side. Then you're gonna go washer. Then crush washer on top. And then nut. There's no fucking way I could do that and hold the camera at the same time. But that's it. Then you put this on the bolt head in the back. Hold it down. Crank it down with this. They're both 10 millimeter. Do all four, and then these things are just self-tap. You can see, I just fucking shoot them through. This little rubber thing on the end kind of sucks. If you're going too fast, it just shoots out the side. So kind of like, you know, pulse it. And that's it, man. Nothing to it. I gotta get these done. I'm running out of day.